Growing long and healthy type 4 fussy natural hair can be quite a challenge. The tangles, the knots, the breakage, it's like a never-ending phase. You've probably tried every technique and product there is, but you still struggle with length retention. But today I'm going to be sharing reasons why you're unable to retain your length and what to do about it. Hi, I'm Essie and you're welcome to my channel. Today's video is dedicated to women who struggle with growing their fussy natural hair. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Fussy hair is more prone to breakage due to its characteristics, tight coils, tangles, knots, and this is the reason why at least 70% of naturals with fussy hair struggle with length retention. So I'm going to start with tip number 1, and I'm going to be starting with the most important tip for today's video, which is wearing your hair in stretched styles. Shrinkage is a natural part of our hair, and it is also a sign of healthy hair. In fact, if your hair do not shrink, there's probably a problem somewhere. So shrinkage is amazing. Shrinkage causes the hair to contract and tighten, causing tension, tangles, and knots on the hair. It is also a leading cause of breakage. One of the reasons why you're unable to retain length on your fussy hair could be due to shrinkage. You probably wear your hair a lot in shrunken styles. Alright, shrinkage is amazing. I've said this before and I'm saying it again. Shrinkage is amazing, but if you do not know your way around it, if you don't know how to handle it, it could be causing more harm than good to your hair. This is why my first tip is to mostly wear your hair in stretched hairstyles. Stretched hairstyles is just basically styles that allows your hair to be stretched, that makes your hair or keeps your hair stretched and protected. You know, it's different from when you wear wash and go or wearing your hair in an afro that can make your hair shrink or bantu knots out. You know, styles that just keep your hair in its natural state. But with stretched hairstyles, say braids, twists, bantu knots, African threading, these hairstyles are hairstyles that can really keep your hair stretched and make it more manageable. There are lots of benefits with wearing your hair in stretched hairstyles. One, it reduces tangles and knots. And I know you've seen many naturals shy away from wash and go. You hear them say, oh, I cannot deal with the tangles afterwards. Wash and go is an amazing hairstyle. It's beautiful, but majority of women with fussy hair or tight coils tend to shy away from that style because they cannot handle the tangles and knots that comes after taking it down, or that comes during the process of taking it down. But when you wear your hair in a stretched hairstyle, okay, it reduces tangles, because when your hair starts to tangle when you're trying to detangle it or when you're trying to take down a hairstyle, it leads to knots. And when your hair knots, it leads to breakage. So keeping your hair in a stretched hairstyles reduces tangles and knots. It is also beneficial because it is going to keep your hair stretched, and it is also going to elongate your fussy coils. Elongating your fussy coils does not mean it's going to alter your curls. No, it's going to just make the hair more easier, more loose and easier to manage, unlike when it is in its shrunken state. We all know that fussy hair shrinks more than the other fours. Wearing your hair in stretched hairstyle also improves manageability. I don't have fussy hair, but I also struggle with, styling my hair or trying to create a part in my hair when my hair is shrunken. With stretched hairstyle, you can easily manage your natural hair. For instance, after washing my hair, I immediately braid my hair, because after moisturizing your hair and you leave it like that, it is going to shrink up within minutes. That's natural characteristics of natural hair. It is going to shrink, and when you want to start managing your hair when it shrinks up, it can be very difficult. But when you put your hair in, like, let's say like chunky single plaits, and you're ready to style your hair, when you take down those plaits, you notice it is easy for you to manage your hair. It is easy for you to style, comb through, and do whatever you want to do with your hair at that point. If you had washed your hair and you just let it shrink and you do not put it in like some sort of style that can stretch it out a bit, it's going to be a little bit hard for you to style your hair afterwards. When you try to style your hair when it's shrunken, sometimes it can lead to friction, causing manipulation and breakage on your strand. So that is why wearing your hair in a stretched hairstyle is beneficial. Wearing your hair in a stretched style can also help you retain moisture, and it just gives you an overall stretched look. So I'm not asking you to start stretching your hair with heat to give you a smooth, silky, human bone straight hair. That is not what I'm asking you to do. I'm just asking you to wear your hair. Probably want to style your hair, you can just thread your hair. That can give you a stretch. It can easily blow your hair out, giving you a stretched look. I'm not asking you to use heat on your hair all the time, as that can be really damaging and unhealthy for your natural hair. So wearing your hair in a stretch style can just help you retain length. It can reduce breakage generally, because you don't have to deal with too much knots and tangles in your natural hair. Remember, shrinkage is a natural characteristic of natural hair, but understanding its effect can help you take steps to minimize breakage and also help you to retain and grow a healthy, natural, 4C hair. Okay? While I'm talking about stretched hairstyles, let's just dive into protective styling, as that can also help you grow and retain length with your 4C hair. If you're someone who is always touching their hair, you're always manipulating your hair, you don't want to do that. Okay? Like I said, type 4 hair, 4C hair is more prone to breakage. If you're over manipulating your hair, you're not going to see length. You might be doing literally everything. You might be doing everything right. Your wash day, your moisturizing routine, you detangle perfectly, but you are over manipulating your hair. You're not going to see the results that you need when it comes to growing your natural hair. So wearing your hair in braids, twists, cornrows, bantu knots, these are great options for keeping your hair stretched, for keeping your hair not only stretched, but also that would help you retain length in your natural hair. The most important thing when it comes to natural hair generally is to reduce manipulation, because when you're able to reduce manipulation, you're able to minimize breakage, and when you're able to minimize breakage, you're able to retain length. And when you retain length, long hair, if that is your hair goal. All right, now another tip is to moisturize your hair properly. Our natural hair thrives on hydration and moisture, so you want to make sure that you are moisturizing your hair enough, you are moisturizing your hair very well. I'm going to put it in this segment. Moisturizing, which simply means conditioning your hair on every wash day. Make sure you are not skipping that. All right, this softens the tangles and knots in our hair. It increases manageability and pliability when it comes to our hair, increases shine, makes it overall healthy. All right, moisturizing your hair reduces dryness, brittleness, tangles and knots in our hair, thereby encouraging length retention. So even if I said wear your hair in stretch styles and you do not do these things that I'm mentioning, you do not moisturize your hair or give it the amount of moisture that it needs, it is going to break regardless. You want to deep condition your hair and moisturize your hair properly. This is beneficial for 4C hair. Do not skip any of these, and make sure you are using a sulfate-free shampoo when it comes to washing your natural hair. You don't need anything that is going to make your hair stiff. All right, a moisturizing shampoo when you're washing, moisturizing deep conditioner, and then your protein deep conditioner probably once every 4 to 5 weeks. How often you moisturize your hair depends on you. It depends on the current state of your hair. If you're having or you're battling with unhealthy hair, you can moisturize probably every day, or you can moisturize at least 2 to 3 times in a week. All right, just make sure you're using a good liquid leave-in conditioner or a good leave-in conditioner of choice. Make sure your leave-in conditioner does not contain protein, so you don't end up with protein overload. Just make sure your leave-in conditioner is moisturizing enough and it contains amazing cationic ingredients that can help soften your natural hair. Before we continue this video, please give your girl a thumbs up. This is the only way you can support me, because I'm about to eat YouTube money. So support me by liking my video and commenting so it get pushed out to other naturals that need to see this video. Thank you. The third tip on my list is to detangle your hair gently. This is where many of you fail. You are always in a haste. When you're handling your hair, you are rushing. You want to just do this thing sharp, 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 and leave. If you're not in the mood to handle your hair, don't touch it. Because when you're rushing the whole thing, you might just be causing damage to your hair. You're combing too aggressively because you want to just be done with everything and move. When you're detangling your natural hair, especially women with tight coils, be gentle. Bring out time. Dedicate time to detangle your hair. Relax. Listen to music. If it's too tiring for you, be watching TV and be detangling your hair with intent. When you detangle your hair gently, it reduces knots. It prevents breakage. All right, and I've seen people who detangle their hair when it's very dry. Detangling your hair when it's dry, it is not good, because at this point there is nothing to make your hair glide around each other, so it is going to cause surface friction, and when there is surface friction, it is going to cause tangles as well, and it is also going to lead to breakage. Your hair is just going to be snapping because there is no form of hydration or moisture in your hair or anything that can lubricate your hair to make it easy to detangle. So when you're detangling your hair, be sure to detangle your hair when it's damp, when you have like a conditioner in your hair, or when you generally have a product with slip in your hair. Do not detangle a hair that is dry to reduce and prevent breakage. Also, when you're detangling your hair, you want to use a wide tooth comb for it. Do not use a fine tooth comb. Detangle your hair gently and with intent. Do it with love. Do it with love. Come on. Keep your hair care routine simple, be patient and consistent. The only time you can see results with your natural hair is if you're consistent. Don't do it once and say it doesn't work. Don't do it once and just neglect it. Don't do it once and just give up. You need to be consistent. You need to keep showing up for you to see results. Make sure you are not just putting too much tension on your scalp, all right, or using a lot of things at a time. Just keep your hair routine simple and you're going to see results. Protect your hair with a satin scarf, a satin pillowcase, you know, a silk scarf, or anyone you have available. Make sure you're protecting your hair at night. If you do not like using scarf like me, you can just tie your silk scarf or your satin scarf on your pillow and sleep on your hair. And before you sleep on your hair, you want to also prep your hair. If you're wearing styles like maybe 2-strand twist, you can use crunches to wrap it before you lie on your pillow. Don't lie on your afro hair like that. You're going to wake up with flat, tangled hair, okay? So make sure you're protecting your hair at night. This can also play a role in the health of our hair. The last on my list is to occasionally dust your ends, all right? You don't have to trim your ends every single time. Just carefully study the ends of your hair. See if there's any part of your hair that needs to be cut off. If there's any split ends or any thinning, you can just dust that out and you are good to go. That would help promote a healthy length retention. You also need that. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. If you have any other tip to add, also leave it in the comment section. If you've been able to grow your 4C hair, share some tips in the comments as well. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.